In today's show, we're taking a look at the Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn from McFarlane Toys. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the show, guys. Welcome back. I'm Red, your host. And before we jump into Shadow of Spawn, I just want to say, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Don't have an Instagram, follow me on Twitter. That's my preferred social media. Now, what I understand, guys, and again, I'm not afraid to say it to you guys, I am a bandwagon jumper. I am not like a lot of you guys who've been following Spawn from the very beginning. I wasn't feeling it when it first came out. But I like the fact that McFarlane loves the whole horror genre, and from what I'm reading online and from people talking, this is supposedly the original uniform that Spawn had when he first came out. So if that's correct, let me know, guys. Again, little by little getting involved with Spawn and all that. I'm actually liking the Scorch story. So with that said, let's jump right in. Before we do, let's do some housekeeping. He does come with some chains that we'll see how he attaches them in the back just to put them on display. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It's a soft plastic chain. It still can prick you. There's some areas that are still hard. Now, when I saw this guy online, I saw a couple of reviews out there. I believe Jimbo's Custom, I think he may have had this guy or someone else. I saw it, and on the viewfinder, if you're looking at it, it almost looks like that brown or orange is bright. You really don't have to dark wash it. It looks really good in person. What I think I might do is just dark wash the chain a little bit. That way it looks like the first Spawn. Now, when I say the first Spawn, the first McFarlane Spawn action figures he's been releasing lately from the Mortal Kombat line. If you're planning on getting those, I'm going to warn you guys, the idiot scalpers out there, whether you try to get the sword one, it's about $70. Whether you try to get the mace one, it's like $68 I saw online. McFarlane, none of us are feeling those multicolor Spawns, the blue, the naked skin one. The yellow one I got because I customized it and put a Spawn helmet on it, and I call it Spawn Fate. But other than that, we kind of like this look here, McFarlane. So, you know, this is your product. Keep pumping it out. You don't have to make a limited run. It's not like you're running out of the license. It's your figure anyways to begin with. And this right here shows like it's not straight. Like they didn't glue the cape right. It's like angled here, but that's okay. I don't care. I pay for these, and I don't make a big deal of stuff like that. Either way, if I end up liking the figure, I always end up customizing, buying a cape for it. So with that said, guys, we've looked at the chains, which is the item that came in. We saw that we've got this. Now let's look at the detailing. Look at the chain on that. We know what his head looks like, and we know that. But this is the old uniform is what I'm told it is. McFarlane's into these whole pocket things on the leg. Never been a fan of this whole armored leg. People call it Tootsie Roll online. Same cape as the other figures. Nothing's changed there. So there's nothing new about this figure other than the color scheme, which is the old color scheme. Look at that. The white is kind of like an off-white, but on the viewfinder or on your screen, it looks like a very bright white. So again, if you're going to do a dark wash, I would say very, very watered down on it. The figure does look spectacular. You definitely have, if it is correct, guys, you definitely have a figure with the original look. Now, McFarlane, to be honest with you, here we go. To be honest with you, I would have sacrificed this for extra hands. You came with a punching hand, and you came with a gun grabbing hand, and that's fine. But again, we're not all feeling that. We prefer to have, extra hands on it. Love the belt. Love everything. I mean, if this is the uniform, let's try to, and the cape, unfortunately, is not like the other capes. It's not that pliable. And guys, as you can see, that's where you put the chains, which we're going to put now in a few minutes. Definitely this looks fantastic. Let's go ahead and try putting these on so we can all take a look at what he looks like with that. Let's see here. So sorry, I'm taking them off camera. I know you guys hate that, and that's okay, you guys. It's just me trying to work these. So they do slide in easily, and they are very pliable. The chains are pliable to move around, so you guys can take a look at that. So it's just spectacular. It just gives it a different dimension. Believe it or not, guys, when I started already collecting for the channel, I did buy the Mortal Kombat one that came with the sword, and I paid a little bit more than what the pricing was because I didn't understand the whole scalper nonsense that is going on out there. And I don't mind people trying to make a buck, but let's be a little reasonable, guys. Let's not be abusive to each other. We're all in the same community. There's no reason for that. And so here it is. Here's what he looks like. We'll take a look at his articulations in a few minutes, but so you guys can see what the chains look like. They're very pliable, so you can definitely get different poses with them. One of the things I like, because McFarlane figures are so top heavy, that he's actually standing up straight because of the whole cape in the bottom holding him up. I'm okay with that, especially if you're an animator out there. You got a cape that's wired all the way to the bottom, and man, let me tell you now, taking these chains off, even though they're pliable, the spikes are a little bit hard, so they do tend to prick your finger. That's why I see some guys who do reviews do them with gloves. All right, so with that said, let's take a look at his articulation. Let's see if we can straighten out. I don't think I can straighten out that because it's glued like that, but that's okay. I like those imperfections like that. Makes them unique. So the head does go side to side like that. We can get it to go up this much. We can get it to go down. So he's on a butterfly joint, as you guys can see that there. We do get on the camera. Oops, look at that. Oh man. And it looks like I'm back because the blooper's already starting to happen. Hey Red, why don't you practice the articulation before you review it? Yeah, I kind of feel like I don't do that because I want it to feel genuine, like straight out of the box onto the camera. So we're both on here, but the bushing seems to want to come out from it. But there is a bicep swivel. You can see that I didn't, it definitely moved. You know what, let me pop this out and you guys can see that there is bicep swivel there. So, you know, I used to, before I understood the mechanism of action figures and things like that, I used to get scared when they would pop out. I thought that it was a product design or something like that, and I would end up having to buy another figure, now realizing I can pop it in. Again, it's all learning situations. So we've got double jointed elbows right there. You guys see that there. We get a swivel on the wrist, and the wrist does go like that. Unlike the last review that I did for the Batman Who Laughs, the cuffling went all the way down, just like here, the armor. Guys, be careful. These will prick you. They hurt. This one here does move there. You can swivel it within the armor. Do we get an ab crunch? Very minimal. Do we get a flex back like that? Perfect. We get that there. So we definitely get that swivel there. Do we have a thigh cut that can move? Absolutely not. The mechanism does open there. You just heard it right now. You can see that it's a double jointed knees. And last but not least, McFarlane, this is your action figure. You should have brought the boot all the way down and sculpted into that mechanism of yours that you've introduced. But you do get a swivel. You get that. We know in the Tootsie Roll, we only get a up and down and a toe articulation in there. So with that said, Sorry about that, guys. It's very stiff. Let's put that there. Overall, it's the same Spawn figure, nothing new other than the color scheme. And like I said, if you're gonna get it, some of you, I love some of your customizing out there, guys. I would say a very watered down wash with shoe polish or a black acrylic on the chains just to bring the details out. Make sure you tape this part off so that it doesn't blend into the white. I would do that for him, and I'm probably gonna do that. Overall, it's a spectacular looking figure. I have nothing, bad to say about it. It is the same type of Spawn figure that we've been getting, just the original color scheme. So, guys, if you like today's reviews, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notified. And most importantly, guys, like I tell you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me when you guys do that. It's helping me out. You guys know that I have a future wanting to get this channel not only off the ground, but bigger things to come for this channel. And I'd like to be a full-time YouTuber reviewing and getting these figures for you and being involved in the action figure world. So with that said, guys, I have nothing else to review about this figure other than the fact that I do love it. I like it. It's great. But it's nothing new. It's similar to the other Mortal Kombat figures, but it's something to add to those collectors out there. For you animators, highly recommend to get this guy. Just the thing is, the extra hand or the open hand would have been great on there, but if you guys have the other Mortal Kombat, I'm sure you know that you can swap them all out because they're McFarlane. So with that said, me and Spawn, we're out.